fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter and welcome back to the channel. As I always do, it's time to talk about some Star Wars comics. We have 3 from Marvel this week. First off, we're talking about Han Solo and Chewbacca, issue number 7, Dead or Alive, part 2. Of course, written by Mark Guggenheim with artwork by Paul Fry. So we have 2 separate storylines going on right now. We have Chewbacca in prison with Maz Kanata, and we have Han Solo, who has been knocked out or actually been shot, but has woken up on an alien planet. So this story, this issue is all about these characters coming back together again. We're getting near the end of the 10-issue series. So what happens is we have a nice breakout in prison involving Evazan and Ponda Baba, and we have this character named Baydra, and she's got this really cool kind of personality where she uses a mop to literally beat guys up and stages this whole thing. And then we have Han Solo, who's getting along with the locals, ends up befriending one and then stealing the ship for him to end up going to this prison where Chewbacca and Maz is, and he goes and he rescues Chewbacca, and they go back to Maz Eisley to look at Greedo, and they're like, "Hey, Greedo, where's our ship? Where's Millennium Falcon? Where is it?" And that's to be continued. So Han Solo is gonna get revenge down the line, but I thought it was funny how last issue picked up where it was like, "Hey, Greedo shot first. Greedo actually shot Han Solo." So Mark Guggenheim, he got that one in on it, but it's a pretty good issue. This really reminds me a lot of a TV series, the way that this issue is structured, the way the comedy hits, the way the cutting from different characters' perspectives. It really felt like a high-end action adventure, which is what this comic has been set up to do from the very beginning. Next up, we have Doctor Aphra. This is issue number 26. This one is called Friends and Enemies. Of course, written by Alyssa Wong with artwork by Min-Kyu Jung. And we have everybody, all of Aphra's associates, Magna Tolvin, we have Kofan Ferris, we have even the droids. They are all beaten up on the evil Doctor Aphra that has been possessed by the Spark Eternal, one of the Ascendant's pieces of tech to kind of mimic the Sith. So they are going at it, beating her up, and eventually she gets controlled. She controls the gloves of Kofan Ferris, which they are ascendant, an ascendant item, and basically uses her powers against everybody else on her team, throws them around quite a bit. And next thing you know, we have Spark Eternal, right? They're all on the Vermilion, which is Qi'ra's flagship of the Crimson Dawn. They are both getting out of there. You have Dr. Aphra, the evil Dr. Aphra, with Kofan Ferris. Kofan Ferris leaves everybody. And then we have Dr. Aphra that plants a bomb on Santa Staros and Magna Tolvin's ship, blows it up. So we think they're dead, although we're getting a Santa Staros comic book, so that can't be the case there. But there is interesting things happening in this. So, there's this awesome moment where even though Dr. Aphra is possessed by the Spark Eternal, the electrical tattoo on her and the electrical tattoo on Magna Tolvin are able to bypass the Spark Eternal's powers for like a couple seconds, to where they are able to have an embrace, and the real Dr. Aphra comes out. So it's like love is stronger than anything else. I think that was kind of cool, that moment there. And overall, it's just neat to see that the Spark Eternal has her own agenda. She is trying to get the sword to basically kill the Sith and all that, because the Spark Eternal were betrayed by the Sith, right? We have the character of Muriel, who is a Shadrafan, where we go back into the memory banks of Aphra and her own memories and the memories of Muriel. And we know that Muriel wants revenge, so she creates a Spark Eternal. So there's a lot of different characters and motives in this entire era in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and we're seeing that everybody's got their own motives there. So it was really cool, because she also controls the droids again. She stabs the droids and controls the droids, so now you have the droids and evil Dr. Aphra running around the galaxy. Should be interesting there. But the marquee title for this week, and I've been looking forward to this one for very long. We have an oversized issue. This is Hidden Empire issue number 1. This is a 5-issue miniseries. This is like the final part of the so-called Qi'ra trilogy, which started off with War of the Bounty Hunters, then with Crimson Dawn, and is ending with Hidden Empire. We start this issue with a very kind of different, darker take, right? We're getting this flashback into the future, or foreshadowing into the future about the character of the Sava, of none other than the person that has been putting all this together, basically the architect of all this. And she's talking about oh, the fall of the Crimson Dawn, and if only Qi'ra had some kind of help, that it wasn't all just with her. If she actually gave her plans to somebody else, this could have gone into fruition. So it's really cool getting like that, we're getting that flash forward into the future about, hey, what's going on, and with everybody there. Now, the big thing is Qi'ra is wanting to kill none other than Palpatine and Vader. And she's doing it because she thinks it's unfair that these people have power and are using cruelty to have their power. She's okay with people having power, but when they're just deliberately just fascist and everything else, like, no, it's not good for anybody. I need to take them out. So that's her motive for taking out Emperor and Vader. Of course, she has plans up her sleeves, but they are thrown away when the Empire finds her, and they send an interdictor cruiser, and then they even open a comm with her. The Emperor talks with Qi'ra, which is very cool because, man, oh man, you have to be on the Emperor's list if you're actually getting to talk to him face to face with a hologram, right? So we have all that going on, and he even starts to force choke her, and he could kill her right there, but she has a weapon that she has with, and I'm saying the name wrong, Architect, the one lady that is the Sava that has access to the studies of the Force. That person has developed with the Knights of Ren and with Kofan Ferris a different kind of gadget. And this thing is called the Fermath Cage. And what this Fermath Cage is it unlocks the ability to either freeze somebody in time or unfreeze somebody. So she got this from Maul, basically. Maul had this grand plan to bring back one of these ancient Sith Lords to basically go after Vader and to go after Palpatine. Of course, Maul died before you could see that picture come to fruition. So now we have Qi'ra, who's found this thing and using these different peoples that she's gathered to try to get that to work. And of course, it's been they could always use more time, right? With anything like this, you could always use more time to work out the kinks and all that thing. And of course, the Empire's right on top of them, so they have no choice. So they activate this thing. It's not quite ready, but does create a void in the dark side. And that's when the Emperor actually feels a disturbance of the Force. And he kind of gets shook. It's like, whoa, you actually see the Emperor like, oh, he's not actually in command of this action right now. He's not actually in command of this moment because he's unsure what the heck is happening. So we see this whole thing, and this thing, the machine breaks and all that. But Qi'ra plans a master plan where she gets her ship. She's not on the ship, her flagship, the Vermilion, and smashes it into the interdictor cruiser, causing the Emperor to basically say, oh, well, I think she's dead. So right now, Qi'ra's kind of off the board, although the Knights of Ren have left her. But there's one big thing I forgot to mention that actually happens before the Empire invades, and that is a meeting between the Hutts, the Black Sun, the Pikes, this other kind of faction here. You have these 5 different, the droid Gatra, you have these 5 criminal heads that are meeting with Palpatine via hologram. And Emperor's basically saying, you guys have been duped, right? In Crimson Reign, Qi'ra has gotten everybody to fight against one another. It's this big grand distraction for the Empire and all that. Well, Emperor calls them up and says, look, you've been duped. The person that is not among us all here, aka Qi'ra, is the one that has gotten you guys to fight against each other. So I'm proving another point here. And he's saying basically, whoever brings me the head of Qi'ra will rise high in my esteem. And, well, we have somebody that looks vaguely familiar for those of you that are fans of Shadows of the Empire. I called it. This is Prince Xizor, his first appearance. I have a separate video if you want to dive into that a little deeper. I believe that is Prince Xizor. You know, his name has been mentioned in Crimson Reign. Why else would any high esteemed foundling of the Black Sun be talking to the Emperor? The Emperor is very elusive. He's not going to talk to some underlings, some lieutenants. This has got to be Prince Xizor. So that's a big moment because I think we're going to see this play out. I think we're going to see more of him. I'm surprised there wasn't more fanfare surrounding Prince Xizor, but nonetheless, I'm very happy to see that there. Now we just need #Rendar to return. #Rendar watch to return. So that was basically how this issue ends. Is Qi'ra, she has sacrificed a lot of her people in that like kamikaze move. A lot of her people have been scattered, destroyed, but she still has a plan or two up her sleeve, although Vader is now going to be going after Qi'ra personally as well. So there's a lot of things going on here. It's not as simple as we would have thought it could have been, right? Because you have Vader and an Emperor versus Qi'ra, it's like, okay, Kira's dead. Like, there's no way she can get us. But is there? Well, we'll have to read to continue. Like I said, there's going to be a total of 5 issues coming out for this series. So what do you guys think about all 3 of these Marvel comics that came out this week? Let me know in the comment section down below. I have my reviews or my videos about Andor as well, my companion videos for Andor. So make sure you go ahead and check those out, and do subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of future videos. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.